do is teach you guys how to juggle. All right, now with this activity, it's called group juggle. So what will happen is this, since we just heard the names, you guys should be good to go. So what we're going to do is, we're just going to create a pattern with this red frog. We're going to call him Florp. Now, what we're going to do with Florp is, we're going to toss him around the circle. So for instance, I might throw this little frog here over to Gerald. What I'm going to do is just clearly say Gerald's name, so I'll say Gerald. Toss it to Gerald. Eye contact's important too. Now, before Gerald throws it to somebody else, it's important that once he throws it to somebody, he puts his hand on his head so we know not to throw to him again. Because the idea is everybody in the circle only gets the frog one time. I'm the only person that gets it twice. Since I started it, I'll end the pattern as well. So I'll be the last person to get it. So this is called group juggle. Take it away.
Robin.
Roxana. Otis.
Phyllis.
Steve.
Albert.
Sabelle.
Celine or Selena?
Selena.
Selena.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Nice, nice.
Remind me of your name. Jamie.
Larry.
John.
Jeremy.
Awesome. Okay. Now take your hands off your head. Now, what I love about this activity is, even though we didn't all know each other's names right away, it's important to make sure that you ask and get their name. That's a really cool thing to do, and that's why we do these activities. And it's also important to make sure that you know how to pronounce the name correctly too. I think that's one of the first ways to kind of gain that respect of your students in your class and to really get their names down. That's important. The eye contact is really important too. So we're going to keep doing that same pattern. So don't throw it to anybody differently. Keep the same people on this. Do that same pattern. This is group juggle. Gerald, and keep those names going too. Really,
Robin.
Roxana.
really project them.
Otis.
Phyllis.
Steve.
Albert.
Sabelle.
Selena.
Jamie.
Larry.
John.
Jeremy.
Awesome. You guys are doing great. Let's keep it up now. Now it's going to get a little crazy. Gerald.
Robin.
Roxana. Otis.
Gerald. Phyllis.
Robin.
Keep the names. Don't drop the names.
Roxana.
Gerald.
Albert.
Otis.
Robin.
Phyllis.
Roxana.
Sabelle.
Gerald.
Otis. Selena. Steve.
Robin.
Phyllis.
Albert.
Roxana.
Gerald.
Steve.
Sabelle.
Otis.
John.
Project the
Albert.
names. Project the names.
Roxana.
Yep. Keep the names going. Gerald.
Otis.
Robin.
Selena.
Albert.
Gerald.
John.
Roxana.
Robin.
Otis. Selena. Roxana.
Keep the names going.
Robin.
John.
Steve.
Jamie.
Yes. Phyllis. Gerald. Keep it going.
John.
Phyllis. Gerald.
Steve.
John.
Robin.
Phyllis. Woo. Gerald.
John.
Keep the
Robin.
names going.
Roxana.
Gerald.
Robin.
John.
Phyllis.
Steve.
Woo.
Larry.
Come on, finish it off.
Albert.
Phyllis.
Selena.
John.
Steve.
John.
Jamie.
Larry. Selena.
John. Jeremy.
Jamie.
Larry.
And John.
Andrew.
All right, nice job, everybody. Cool. All right, so I need one brave soul to be in the middle of the circle, in the middle of this beautiful circle here. One brave soul to be in the middle of the circle. Anybody? All right, Otis, everybody. All right, so Otis is in the middle of our circle. Now, here's what's going to happen. Otis is going to come up to you, and he's going to say either left or right. He's going to pick one of those, left or right, and then he's going to say the phrase, bumpity bump bump. Everybody say that with me?
Bumpity bump bump.
Okay, now, with this game, bumpity bump bump, what's going to happen is you need to make sure that you always know the name of the person to your right and left. That's really important. So always know the name of the person to your right and left. So take a second here and make sure you introduce yourself to the person to your right and left. Larry, Jeremy. Hey, how are you? Robin? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yeah, Jeremy. Hi. Hello. All right. So always know the name of the person to your right and left for this activity, because what's going to happen is Otis will walk up to you. He's going to walk up to somebody, and he's going to say maybe left, and then bumpity bump bump. Bumpity bump bump is kind of like an hourglass, although it's much less than an hour. That's the amount of time that you have to say that person's name before he finishes the phrase. So if he came up to me and said left bumpity bump bump, I would need to say Robin's name before he finishes the phrase. If I can do that, I stay right where I'm at. If not, no big deal, but he takes my spot in the circle, and I'm now the new person in the center of the circle. It makes sense? All right, cool. So this is bumpity bump bump. So left, right, bumpity bump bump. Take it away, Otis.
Right, bumpity bump
Steve.
bump. Left. Bumpity bump. Right. Bumpity
Jamie.
bump. Left. Bumpity
Sabelle.
bump. Left. Bumpity
John.
bump. Right. Bumpity bump. Right.
See.
Bumpity bump. Left. Bumpity
Gerald.
bump. Left. Bumpity bump. Left. Bumpity bump.
Sabelle.
All right, now let's switch it up a little bit. Now, with this activity, you can also add in you and me. So now Otis can come up to you and he could say either left or right, or he could also say you or me. So if he comes up to you and says you have to say your own name. Okay, so that's really important that you know your own name. So you say your own name. If he says me, you have to say the name of the person in the circle. And feel free to pick it up a little bit. Keep it going. So left, right, you, me, bumpity, bump, bump, round 2. Take it away.
You. Bumpity bump.
Sabelle.
Left. Bumpity bump.
Sabelle.
Right. Bumpity
Jamie.
bump. Me. Bumpity bump. Left. Bumpity bump.
Jamie.
Right. Bumpity
Selena.
bump. You. Bumpity
Selena.
bump. Left. Bumpity bump.
Selena.
Me. Bumpity bump. You. Bumpity bump.
Oh.
It's Robin! It's Robin!
I was gonna say Jeremy.
Oh, man.
You should know.
All right, so again, if you don't say the name in time, then you have a new person in the middle, so Robin, take it away. Left, right, you, me, bumpity, bump.
Bumpity bump bump.
Yeah! Robin's attacking it, that's great.
Pointing doesn't count. Left. We're safe.
You've got to say bumpity bump bump, Phyllis, come on!
Oh my God. Right bumpity bump. Yeah. Okay. All right. Left bumpity bump bump. Yeah. Me bumpity bump. You bumpity bump.
All right, so you guys get the hang of this, all right? And as we play these games, it's really important that you're nice to each other, too. So give each other a hug there, Gerald and Phyllis. All right, okay. Now, this next game, we'll do one last name game. Again, there are so many name games out there. These that I'm showing you now, I really like these, and I think that they're maybe not as cheesy as some of the other ones that I've done. With this one, it's called Hand Slap Name Game. I've also had a student call it Circle of Death, unfortunately, because it can be a little intimidating. So, either do this one or don't. But what I like you guys to do is just put your right hand out like this. Now, what's going to happen with this? I'll step in the middle of the circle for this one. I'll have Larry start this off. He's just going to call out the name of anybody in the circle. So let's do a slow motion example here first. Call out anybody's name.
Phyllis.
Okay, so I have to go find Phyllis, and I actually have to slap her hand like that before she calls out another name. If I can do that, I'm good to go, right? So if I go over there, he calls out Phyllis, she doesn't call out another name, then she's in the middle, she takes my spot, now she has to hunt for the person in the circle. If she calls out another name, so go ahead and call another name.
John.
She called that out before I hit her hand, so now I have to go find John.
Jamie.
Okay, and he called it out before I got over there, so I smacked Jamie's hand. Now she didn't call out a name, so she would be in the circle, I would take her spot. There's 2 ways to get in the circle. 1, by not saying a name before your hand is slapped, and 2, if you pull your hand back. That's another way that you can be in the circle. Now, when you work with actually any students, any age, sometimes you have people that hit hands a little bit too hard, so be aware of that in your class when you guys bring this in your classes. I know you will. Make sure you don't hit too hard, because it hurts, It's not nice. Yeah, it's not nice, right? All right, so let's try this again. We'll pick up with Phyllis here, so I'm going to go over and hit Phyllis's hand.
John.
Okay, so
Jamie.
cool.
Otis.
She got it.
Robin.
Selena. Sabelle. Gerald.
Otis.
All right, so Otis in the middle. Now, if you want, this circle felt a little bit big. All right, there's a lot of, I'm a little out of shape, but you can bring the circle in too. But for the sake of this project, let's keep it out though. But just to let you guys know, so I got to remember these things. All right, so now, Otis can do it. He can do it. So now that I'm on the outside, it'll be my job to call somebody's name. Okay. All right, Roxana.
Steve.
Larry.
I'm not.
He's right there.
Phyllis.
Roxana.
Selena.
Robin.
Jamie.
John. Albert. Jeremy.
Cool, and we'll stop it right there. Nice job. All right, everybody take a seat. Now, I kind of fibbed a little bit because I want to do one more name game because a lot of name games are done standing up in a circle. This one actually involves the chairs. It's called I Sit in the Grass with My Friend. It's kind of a good movement game. And I realize in a lot of classrooms you have desks, so sometimes it's hard to get in a circle, so you might actually have to go to the gym or something, get in a circle. But a lot of these games can be tweaked in different ways to bring them in the classroom too. Now with this activity, I need one extra chair. All right, so I'm going to go grab a chair, and then I'm going to come back up on stage. But this is called I Sit in the Grass with My Friend. Okay. So with this activity, you need to have one odd chair out like this, because what's going to happen is this. As you can see, there is an empty chair right here on the stage. And actually, yeah, this will work just fine. I think that's good. Okay, so you have one empty chair on the stage. You can see that Otis and Larry are next to this chair. Now what's going to happen is they're going to kind of have, not really a battle, but they're going to try to get to the chair first. So go ahead and try to get to the chair. Okay. All right. So Otis made it first. Now, since Otis made it to the chair first, he's going to say, I sit.
I sit.
You're going to come over here, John, and say, in the grass.
In the grass.
Steve, you're going to say, with my friend.
With my friend.
Now, Steve is going to call the name of somebody across the circle. He's going to say, with my friend.
Jamie.
Jamie. Jamie's going to come over to that open chair and check it out. What do we have here? We have an open chair in which Albie and Roxanne are going to try to battle for. Okay. All right. All right. Roxana gets it. Albie's okay. All right. So Roxana gets it. She says.
I sit
All right. Robin says.
in the grass with my friend.
And then you say right there, actually. This is a common mistake, though, right? This is important because you said with my friend, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Now, the inclination is to do this. Larry, I'm glad you did this, actually. Okay? Because what's going to happen is, so Roxana said, I sit. Robin moved over and said, in the grass. Isabel said, with my friend. Sometimes people want to keep moving, but the goal is once with my friend is said, you got to leave that chair open because she's going to call out for somebody across the circle. All right? So she's going to call out somebody's name.
Jamie.
Check it out. Jamie's going to move again over to this chair, and then hit it.
I sit.
Yep.
In the grass.
With my friend, Roxana.
Oh,
I sit.
In the grass with my friend, Otis.
In the grass.
with my friend Sibel.
I sit
Okay.
In the grass.
with my friend Phyllis.
I sit.
In the grass.
With my friend John.
Nice.
I sit.
In the grass.
With my friend,
Rob.
Cool. We'll stop it right there. Nice job, everybody. All right.